The Triad initiation is not a handshake, it is a binding contract sealed by blood and witnessed by 36 deities. The core ritual, known as the Hung Mun initiation, centers on the 36 oaths, which dictate absolute loyalty, secrecy, and obedience under penalty of divine retribution. This ceremony transforms an outsider into a sworn brother, establishing the hierarchy and the shared fate of the organization. The severity of the commitment is immediately established by the presence of the Oathmaster, who represents the spiritual authority of the society. Failure to adhere to any article results in spiritual damnation, a consequence far exceeding any earthly punishment. This religious framework provides the necessary cohesion for a clandestine structure operating outside the law. The Triad system traces its lineage directly to the Heaven and Earth Society, or Tiandihui, founded in the 17th century, ostensibly to restore the Ming dynasty. The ritual structure, including the use of specific poetry and coded language, was developed during this anti-Qing period. The oath provided the necessary cohesion for a clandestine resistance movement, later adapting to criminal enterprises while retaining the religious framework. The historical narrative of loyalty to the Ming founders is recited during the ceremony, linking the initiate to centuries of tradition and struggle. This historical context elevates the oath from a simple promise to a sacred patriotic duty, reinforcing the gravity of the commitment. The initiation takes place in a temporary structure called the Hung Mun Mountain Gate, symbolizing the entrance to a new world and the separation from the profane outside world. This structure features 3 arches representing heaven, earth, and man, reflecting the cosmological balance central to Chinese folk religion. Inside, the Hall of Loyalty and Righteousness is erected, often containing a red altar dedicated to the society's founders and the gods. The physical layout reinforces the cosmological significance of the commitment, ensuring the initiate understands they are entering a divinely sanctioned order. The path through the gate symbolizes rebirth into the brotherhood.
Guan Yu, the god of war and righteousness, is the principal deity overseeing the oath, symbolizing unwavering loyalty, integrity, and martial prowess. Incense is burned to summon the spirits of the 36 founding ancestors, who act as spiritual witnesses to the covenant. A white rooster and a pig are sacrificed during the ceremony. The rooster's throat is slit, and its blood is mixed with wine, symbolizing the fate of any traitor, a swift, violent death. The initiate drinks this blood-wine mixture, sealing the covenant physically and spiritually. This act of shared consumption binds all participants to the same fate, reinforcing mutual accountability. The initiate kneels before the altar, reciting the 36 articles, which cover everything from financial conduct to protecting fellow members from law enforcement. These articles are comprehensive, governing internal disputes, secrecy protocols, and obligations to assist sworn brothers. After recitation, a paper containing the full text of the oath is burned. This act sends the contract to the spiritual realm, ensuring the gods witness the agreement and hold the initiate accountable. The burning of the paper signifies the irreversible nature of the commitment, making the oath permanent in the eyes of the divine witnesses. Breaking any of the 36 oaths incurs immediate spiritual condemnation, often resulting in the most feared penalty, the Five Thunderbolts. This is a traditional Chinese concept of divine execution, signifying a violent and cataclysmic end. Specific articles detail the consequences. Betrayal leads to death by 1,000 cuts, or having one's descendants suffer poverty and disease for generations. The threat of spiritual damnation is the primary enforcement mechanism, proving far more effective than physical threats alone. This belief system ensures internal discipline and minimizes the risk of defection or informing authorities.
Article 1 mandates absolute secrecy regarding the society's structure, rituals, and coded language, punishable by immediate divine retribution. Article 12 forbids members from seducing the wives or daughters of sworn brothers, emphasizing the sanctity of the brotherhood's internal relationships. Article 21 requires members to assist a brother facing legal trouble, even providing financial aid for defense or escape, demonstrating the organization's protective function. These clauses demonstrate the comprehensive control the oath exerts over personal and organizational life, ensuring the society functions as a tightly knit, self-regulating entity. While elaborate ceremonies involving hundreds of participants are rare today due to intense police scrutiny, the core 36 oaths remain the doctrinal foundation. Modern initiations are often streamlined, sometimes involving only a few key figures and a simplified blood ritual, perhaps just pricking a finger instead of full animal sacrifice. The physical setting may be reduced to a small room with a simple altar, but the recitation of the oaths and the burning of the contract remain essential. The psychological weight of the spiritual contract remains potent for maintaining internal discipline, regardless of the reduced theatricality of the ceremony. The religious oath is the structural glue of the Triad system, transforming a criminal gang into a pseudo-religious brotherhood bound by shared mythology. This ritualistic commitment ensures that loyalty transcends mere profit motive, creating a deep shared identity rooted in Chinese folk religion and historical narratives. The oath defines the boundary between the underworld and the legitimate world, providing a moral code, however twisted, that governs internal conduct. The enduring power of the 36 oaths ensures the longevity and resilience of these clandestine organizations across global borders.